This is CBS 2 News at 11.
Right now at 11, after a gorgeous weekend, we're tracking what could be the first heat wave of the year. Vanessa Murdoch has your first alert forecast coming up. Fear and anxiety in Queens following a rash of home and car burglaries, what we're learning about the investigation. And we are just hours away from one of the city's biggest celebrations. We'll show you some of the last-minute preparations for Juve. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jessica Moore. Street closures in Brooklyn begin in about 30 minutes for the annual West Indian American Day Parade. The celebration starts before dawn. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner takes us inside one of the many festivities leading up to Juve.
Bringing their dancing fever and their flags.
Panama. That's it. Period.
As you can see, we're little but with Talawa. We're representing Jamaica.
Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago.
I'm here to represent Guyana.
This is an annual tradition and we love it.
Inside the Sunrise Day Soiree Sunday at the Brooklyn Museum, it was
vibes, straight vibes. As you walk in, it's straight vibes. There are so many different vendors out there and things for everybody. If you eat meat, if you don't eat meat.
And Island Pops, Caribbean desserts handcrafted in Crown Heights with a taste of home.
And where's home? Trinidad and Tobago.
We do sorrel popsicles, we do sorrel sorbet, and it's all based on just my love.
We're celebrating our heritage, our culture, our dancing, our rhythm. That's what we're celebrating. And our fashion.
And it's a build-up to the biggest celebration of the holiday weekend. Millions of people are expected to line Eastern Parkway Monday.
I'm going to get to Juve around 2, and then the Parkway probably like around 11 o'clock.
Okay, so no sleep till...
There's no sleep till Tuesday.
The Grand Marshal, Kay Mason, will wear a 200-pound costume. The more feathers, the more jewels, the better.
My favorite part of Carnival is the music and to be dressed in my costume.
There will be 13 entry points into the parade, and all attendees are subject to a search. The NYPD says last year was the safest parade on record, with 27 guns recovered. This year, drones will be used if needed to help disperse crowds with pre-recorded messages. In Crown Heights, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
And also this year, to help keep everyone safe, 250 violence interrupters will patrol the parade. For more information, visit our website, cbsnewyork.com. Well, we've lucked out this holiday weekend with gorgeous weather, and people all across the tri-state are taking advantage of it. Flushing Meadows Park in Queens was packed this afternoon. People were barbecuing, playing games, and just enjoying the sunshine. But now we're bracing for a possible heat wave. Vanessa Murdoch is here now with a look at our first alert forecast. So, Vanessa, how hot could things get?
All right. Well, we are talking about 90 and above for the next 3 days, which would officially make it the first heat wave of 2023. We have not experienced one in the city, in Central Park specifically, yet this year, but we expect that to happen in the next 3 days. For your Labor Day, it will be a steamy one. 92 will feel like the mid-90s. 91 Tuesday and Wednesday will also feel like the mid-90s. Because of the ample heat and humidity, there is a heat advisory that goes into effect at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning for northeastern New Jersey. It's from 11 until 8 p.m. for your Labor Day Tuesday as well, and that will likely get extended into Wednesday as we expect the heat and humidity to stick around. At present, it is incredibly warm in the city, 80 and muggy, 71 in White Plains, 68 right now in Edison, it's 66 in the Hamptons, and 73 in Greenwich. As we look at the 24-hour temperature change, it is impressive, especially in the city. 11 degrees warmer than it was last night at 11:03. Scarsdale's 10 degrees warmer. And then for the next few days, we're going to see these numbers tick up just a little bit. We topped out in the upper 80s in the city today. And again, tomorrow we'll be into the low 90s. Over the next 12 hours, here's what you can expect from your forecast. As we roll toward 3 a.m., we're down to 76. We will see mostly clear skies. 6 a.m., it's partly cloudy, 74. We have the slimmest chance of a stray shower tomorrow afternoon, but through the morning, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, warming from 77 at 9 a.m. to 86 by the noon hour. And for your Labor Day, it's 92 degrees, but feeling like 95 to 98. So it will be a steamy gloomy day for Juve. And again, just that slim chance for a stray shower as we move into the afternoon. Jessica, back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Vanessa. More frustrations today for festival goers at Electric Zoo on Randall's Island. Organizers announced the venue reached capacity earlier than expected. Anyone not already on Randall's Island today was turned away. Witnesses who uploaded video to social media claim people rushed the gates trying to get through. Full refunds are being offered. Friday's events were canceled just hours before the gates were set to open. The company that runs the event says supply chain issues delayed getting the main stage set up in time. New tonight, firefighters are battling a wildfire in New Jersey in the same area where a deadly plane crash happened. This is in Lacey Township, Ocean County. According to the New Jersey Forest Fire Service, the fire has spread to 600 acres and is 50% contained. At least 25 structures are being threatened. The FAA also reported a small plane crash nearby late last night. We're told one person died. The NTSB is now investigating. It's unclear right now whether the two incidents are related. We have some sad news to share with you this evening. Our beloved colleague, Dr. Max Gomez, passed away Saturday after a long illness. He was surrounded by family. Known by many of us simply as Dr. Max, he served as the chief medical correspondent for CBS 2. Maurice Dubois takes a look back at his life and career.
Dr. Max Gomez, CBS 2 News.
He was a natural. Dr. Max Gomez was the chief medical correspondent here at WCBS since June of 2007, with an earlier on-air stint in the 1990s. He worked in other newsrooms as well in New York and Philadelphia.
A pillar. He was one of the signature pieces of this place, as I like to call him. Yeah, you know, certain places have foundational pieces. Dr. Max was just one of those guys that every time you saw him, you immediately identified not only as Dr. Max, but as CBS 2's Dr. Max.
Max had a way of connecting to us one-on-one on the set, to the viewer right through that camera lens. He wasn't speaking medical over our head mumbo-jumbo stuff. He was speaking to us as human beings, to our hearts.
Max Gomez was born in Cuba and later moved with his family to Miami. He graduated cum laude from Princeton University, earned his PhD from the Wake Forest School of Medicine, and did a postdoctoral fellowship at Rockefeller University. His academic track was in health and science, but ultimately his depth of medical knowledge, combined with an easy, relatable style, proved to be the perfect combination to develop a strong broadcast presence.
What the study did not tell us, though, is exactly how too much or too little sleep leads to those clogged arteries.
He talks to our viewers the way he talks to us, you know, as friends. He always wants to help people and to just get it down to the most basic information.
He was in tune with the viewer. In this business, you have to have a connection. If there's no connection, then there's no message. Dr. Max mastered that.
Heel of the hand right in the center of the chest. Lock elbows, 100 beats per minute, compression.
Does your EB hurt?
Well, only when I have a boo-boo.
We're standing behind the main set in Studio 46. This is where the weather folks work on the show and where they would mic up the reporters that were filing a report. You would never hear Dr. Max come in. You'd just turn around, maybe I'd get a "Hey, Jono," and then they'd mic him up. He was such a quiet force, but somebody you could always count on.
And there was much more to Dr. Max. In addition to his medical reporting, he's had varied career interests, including co-authoring 3 health and science books and working on numerous advisory boards, which found him crossing paths with presidents and popes.
My first meeting with the Pope was a year ago November, right after a small audience with scientists and theologians held in an ornate hall right outside his private apartments. That's me in the front row left.
There was always great depth to his medical reporting, but never more so than when Dr. Max candidly shared a number of his own medical challenges with his TV family.
Dr. Wolf bends my fingers back to break the softened cords. I actually feel them pop in my hand.
I remember when he had done a story on his father, and I hadn't seen the story yet. And then when we finished, I was just in tears because it touched my heart so much that he would share such a sensitive issue.
Essentially, his life savings were gone. Here he was, helpless and being taken advantage of left and right.
And he's also a family man. He, always spoke fondly of his kids. They were everything to him, and that spoke to the type of person and the type of person we think of when we think of Max Gomez. As with all of his reporting during the swirl of the pandemic, he was a steady voice of reason.
If you're angry or hate wearing a mask, your child will pick up on that, and it'll make a difficult school experience that much worse. The key to reopening the economy is massive, accessible, and affordable testing.
And in an interesting side note, his work from home broadcasts caught the eye of the New York Times, which commented on Dr. Max's immaculate apartment and tasteful artwork. So whether he was reporting on cutting-edge medicine,
the next step in virtual colonoscopy is what's called immersive colonoscopy,
or everyday issues.
Some experts offer melatonin as a sleep aid. Most studies suggest it should be safe for teens, but check with your pediatrician. The key to staying safe and warm in this weather, especially when there's a lot of wind chill, is to cover all exposed skin, starting with a good pair of gloves. And since this is New York, there's always someone who just won't listen.
Dr. Max could make sense out of the most complex issues and always connect with his audience.
There's no evidence that the vaccines cause infertility.
He was a consummate professional, no matter the realm, whether winning multiple Emmy Awards or receiving other noteworthy citations.
Congratulations to both you guys. Now, I don't know, how do we address you now?
Dr. Gray Hair.
He offered us so much, not just in regard to everything he did every day as a consummate professional, as a reporter on the air, but just as a personal friend. Just lovely, wonderful. There's not anything more, there are not the words to describe him. He was just that loved here at CBS.
But more than anything, Dr. Max Gomez was our Dr. Max, a go-to source in the newsroom for anything and everything medical and beyond. He was our in-house consultant for whatever ailed us, eager to help, genuinely concerned, and never thought twice about going that extra mile.
He does it all with this crazy sense of humility. I mean, he's just the most humble man you'll ever know. And if you look at his accolades and his accomplishments, off the charts. And yet he's like good old Dr. Max. And that is what I love about the guy.
It's hard for me to talk about Max, not having him right across the hallway, because that conversation, it feels like it's still going on. He's not here, but I feel like I walk into his office and I'm like, oh, Max, where are you? And that's how I feel now. That's how I feel now. I want the conversation to go on, but...
Dr. Max could converse on anything, sports, travel, current events, whether it was mundane or esoteric. It seemed like there wasn't anything he didn't know or hadn't experienced himself. He was a great friend and a trusted advisor and confidant to all of us here. And so we hope he is watching right now, smiling, because he knows he was and always will be our Dr. Max.
Dr. Max was 72 years old. He is survived by his children, Max Gomez IV and Katie Gomez. Of his many achievements, Dr. Max took pride in helping so many people with their personal health. He received the Excellence in a Time of Crisis Award by the city's health department for his reporting following the September 11th attacks. It was an honor he cherished. We'll be right back.
It's back to school and back to reality.
And we're here to get you back to your morning routine.
Wake up to stories to help make getting back to class easier. From haircuts to kids' health and more. Starting Monday on CBS 2 News This Morning.
Experience the sanctuary of hands-free highway driving with Lincoln Blue Cruise. The Lincoln Summer Invitation, on now. Right now, get 3.9% APR and $1,000 trade assist cash on a new 2023 Lincoln.
Okay, I'll clean the bathroom and do the laundry if you do the grocery shopping this week.
Sounds good.
Make sure you get fresh fish from the fish market.
On it.
And my mom's coming on Thursday, so I need you to go downtown to get the biscotti she likes.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all.
Did you order that on your phone?
No. Yes.
Fresh Direct. Food that delivers you. Get $50 off your first order plus unlimited free delivery for 1 year. Go to freshdirect.com and use code GET50.
The Acura Summer of Performance event going on now.
What does the future of cruising look like? To answer, we need to ask ourselves, can we do better? Can our restaurants be greener? Can we turn that water into this water? Or that? And do those lights need to be on? Okay, these do. So, can cruising ever reach net zero emissions? We believe it can, and we'll keep asking questions until it does. MSC Cruises. Discover the future of cruising.
When you drive America's best light-duty pickup, summer is yours for the taking. To take bigger toys, to take fun to the limits, and take in every day surrounded by comfort. Make this the summer you take on everything. Make this the summer you drive a Ram.
During the Ram Labor Day sales event, get $4,000 retail consumer cash allowance or 2.9% financing for 72 months on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
We're inside some of the busiest communities on Earth, streaming the news that matters to you.
Claire and Ben are ready for a change. Payday comes early with Citizens. So they booked the last 2 spots at the retreat, become enlightened, and move to the country. Now they're driving this, wearing that, buying goat feed that their goats don't like. So they return it. Citizens alerts them of their refund, which they put towards launching their new lifestyle brand. Are you ready for all that life brings?
Closed captioning on CBS 2 News is presented locally by Citizens Made Ready.
Tonight, police are investigating a rash of car and home burglaries across Queens and Brooklyn that they say started back in June. CBS 2's Naveen Dhaliwal spoke with people taking extra precautions in Whitestone.
This ritzy area of Whitestone, where safety is expected, is now where some live guarded after a rash of burglaries.
It's scary. It's super scary.
This woman and her family were targeted early one morning late June.
We woke up to ring alarms, like our ring alert.
And there on the doorbell camera at 5 a.m., 2 young men come creeping up to the front.
My husband was looking through the front door and he saw them coming up the steps.
She called 911, and with their 2 young children sleeping upstairs, her husband wasn't taking any chances.
So out of panic mode, he just punched right through the door.
The glass exploding outward as her husband ran out.
I was on the phone with the police, and at the moment, I had thought that they had shot into the house.
Those burglars got away, and now police say this one incident is linked to 12 others since early June and early August in various parts of Queens and Brooklyn. Sometimes the thieves break into homes, stealing jewelry, and grab the keys and drive off with luxury cars.
They've been looking just for anything they can grab.
A thief broke into Alex Arsenis' home using this window 2 years ago. You've had it shut since?
Yeah, I have it shut since, yeah.
Now, after hearing about the recent break-ins,
I actually had an extra camera. Actually, I had extra 2 cameras this week, actually.
His doors and vehicles are locked at all times, and other concerned neighbors are following suit.
It continues to escalate. Someone is going to be killed, perhaps. Where do we step in?
Police say even though the last burglary happened a month ago on August 2nd, these thieves are still out there, and they're asking you to be vigilant. In Whitestone, Naveen Dhaliwal, CBS 2 News.
All right, let's talk about our forecast once again. The big holiday weekend is here, but tomorrow is the actual holiday. So what's the weather going to be like? Vanessa Murdoch has been warning us, or I don't know, teasing us, depending on your preference here, about a heat wave that could be coming our way.
Yeah, I think many have been waiting for this. There are lovers of heat and humidity out there that have just not gotten what they hope for this summer. But we've been building up to this moment through your holiday weekend. Highs tomorrow will breach the 90-degree mark in the city, and it will feel more like the mid-90s. Live outside right now, it's 82 degrees in the park at 11:19. Skies are mostly clear. It's muggy, and this is a beautiful live look from high atop the Empire State Building tonight. As we look forward, expect it to stay warm and muggy tonight. It will be a hot and humid Labor Day, feeling like the mid-90s for many, not all, not right along the coastline. And then we are discussing, yes, our likely first heat wave of 2023. It's something I've said many times this summer, but we always seem to fall just a degree shy of that 90-degree mark. So one last chance, perhaps. We could see some more in September, but we do think we have a good go at our first heat wave starting tomorrow through Wednesday. The heat to beat in the park is 93 degrees. That's the heat we felt on July 5th. Tomorrow, we're not forecasting that, but we'll get close to it. 92 is your Central Park forecast for tomorrow, well below the record of 97. A few places where we're going to come close or possibly break records: LaGuardia, Newark, as well as Bridgeport. The hot spot tomorrow, Newark, forecasting a high of 96 degrees there, and that would beat the old record of 95. Tomorrow around the region, expect highs in the low and mid 80s across the island. Bridgeport, Connecticut, 86. 90 for Poughkeepsie, 85 in Monticello. Inland Jersey, low to mid 90s for actual high temperatures. Low 90s, Toms River and Freehold. As we look at what it feels like out there, it feels as hot as 97 for Trenton and Somerville. Keeping in mind, we do have that heat advisory in effect for northeastern New Jersey, where it will also feel like 95 to 98 degrees. In Islip, it feels as hot as 88 tomorrow. Bridgeport, as hot as 89. If you're going to seek relief at the beach tomorrow, of course, we still have to be very mindful of our ocean waters because we have a high risk of rip currents down the Jersey Shore, moderate risk down those south-facing beaches. This is still being drummed up by tropical activity out in the open Atlantic. And unfortunately, it looks like this will persist for the next couple of days. Now, as far as your lightning risk tomorrow, it is none. We have just about a 10% chance of a stray shower. Wave heights tomorrow, 2 to 5 feet, and ocean temperatures upper 60s to the mid 70s. Overhead right now, it's mostly clear. We're going to have more clouds in play tomorrow, but high pressure still dominant. It's pumping in that heat and humidity, hence the likelihood of our first heat wave of 2023. Low 90s through Wednesday. Feels hotter with high humidity. Humidity will continue to increase tomorrow into Tuesday as well as Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're going to flirt with 90, but 89 then with a stray afternoon chance for storms. Best bet for wet weather Friday into Saturday as temperatures start to ease back into the mid 80s, but humidity levels likely still remain elevated.
All right. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Still ahead, torrential rain strands tens of thousands of people at the Burning Man Festival in Nevada. The latest on the muddy mess that turned the iconic festival into an unmitigated disaster.
First Alert Weather is powered by ChevyOffers.com.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Or current qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $239 a month. Or get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models when you purchase.
The Chase Inc. Business Premier Card is made for people like Sam who make
everyday products designed smarter.
Like a smart coffee grinder
that orders fresh beans for you.
Oh, genius. For more breakthroughs like that,
I need a breakthrough card.
Like ours, with 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more.
Plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases.
And with greater spending potential, Sam can keep making smart ideas
a brilliant reality.
The Inc. Business Premier Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Want more from your vitamins? Get more with Nature's Bounty. From the first ever triple action sleep supplement to daily digestive support to more wellness solutions every day. Get more with Nature's Bounty.
They're going back to school, and Burlington's going to save you a ton of money. Wow! With deals on your favorite brands and the coolest styles. They're going back to school. Or is it back to cool? You'll love the deals. You'll love Burlington. Wow.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Lease an Ioniq 6 for $383 a month with a $7,500 EV lease bonus or get up to $5,000 bonus cash. Hurry, offer ends September 5th.
One of my favorite constellations, Scorpius.
Oh, yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen that. I can totally see that.
It's easy to recognize.
Yes.
We've got the curve.
It just makes you full of wonder. But I can't imagine losing this.
Getting the right new windows with Pella was simple.
Yeah, when renovating a drafty old house, it can be hard to find great people.
Our dedicated Pella advisor was a godsend.
We had confidence in Pella. They sold over 5 million replacement windows and doors.
So we knew our local team would be on top of every detail.
And the installation was done in just a day.
Mom, the kitchen sink's broken again.
I wish Pella did plumbing.
Hurry, replacement windows are on sale now. Schedule a free in-home consultation for details.
Tens of thousands of people remain stranded at the Burning Man Festival tonight. They're being forced to hunker down in the Nevada desert as authorities tell them to conserve food and water. Heavy rain swept through the desert, turning the sand into a muddy mess. Organizers closed the festival to vehicles after one death was reported. The circumstances surrounding that death are still not known, but crews are now working to clear a safe path out of the makeshift town, which is more than 100 miles north of Reno. Hundreds of thousands of pounds of frozen chicken strips are being recalled. The Department of Agriculture says banquet chicken strip meals could contain pieces of plastic. One injury has already been reported. ConAgra Brands is now recalling nearly 250,000 pounds of the product. Now to a strange sight at a New Jersey grocery store. A hot air balloon landed in the parking lot of Wegmans in Bridgewater. No one was hurt, and it's not really clear why the balloon had to land there in the parking lot. Still ahead, the NYPD is looking for the people who robbed several Queens businesses in a span of 10 minutes. We'll tell you what we're learning about the suspects. Plus, the Martian with another out-of-this-world home run as the Yankees look to sweep the Astros. That's coming up next in sports.
We're inside some of the busiest communities on Earth, streaming the news that matters to you.
Not all canned beans are the same. To show you why Goya black beans are so good, we brought in the experts.
Approved.
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 If it's Goya, it has to be good.
The all-electric Genesis GV60. Enter. Start. Take off. Have fun. Recharge. Repeat. Get a $7,500 EV lease bonus on the Genesis GV60 exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
There's something remarkable about turning any minute alone into a rewarding moment of play in a palace all your own. One with hundreds of casino games. And every play earns toward exclusive Caesars Rewards benefits. You kind of need to see it to get it. But to see it, you really need to get it. New users get a $10 sign-up bonus, a 100% deposit match up to $1,000, and 2,500 reward credits. Caesars Palace Online Casino. Your palace awaits.
Feel the power of Osteo Biflex. Taken every day, it's clinically shown to improve joint comfort in 7 days with significant improvement over time.
Every year, summer poses the same question. How do you make the most of every moment before it passes you by? The simple answer, don't wait. Get behind the wheel of the BMW you've always wanted and tell summer it's on. Don't miss out. The BMW Summer On Sales event is on now. Pre-in for credit of up to $2,000 on select models now through September 4th.
Flaky empanadas made in 3 easy steps. Open, fill, bake. Trust yourself.
you're using Goya. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
This is CBS Sports New York, presented by Ford.
You know, the most intriguing baby bomber to get the call is the player that the team has been priming for a while. Jason Dominguez was signed by the Yankees on a record deal when he was just 16 years old. Now, at the ripe age of 20, he's in his first series in the bigs, and he is already announcing his presence. Another Yankee trying to prove his presence as a starter, Michael King, who put together his best start of the season, 5 innings, allowing just 1 run and striking out 4. And he gets the win thanks to the Martian. Jason Dominguez continues to play out of this world. He breaks the tie with his second homer of the series. Yankees lead 3-1. 8th inning, 2 on for the hated Jose Altuve, but no heroics here. Jonathan Loaisiga gets him to hit into an inning-ending double play as the Yankees win 6-1. They end up sweeping the Astros in Houston. It's their first sweep of the Astros in a decade. Mets giving the first-place Mariners a hard time this weekend. Pete Alonso drills his 40th of the year. He is the 5th player in Major League history to reach the 40-home run plateau in 3 of his first 5 years. It's 4-0 Mets. Now a 1-run game in the 5th, and check out this snag by Francisco Lindor. It starts a 4-6-3 double play. Mets would ice it when Alonso cranks his 2nd of the game. That secures yet another 100 RBI season for him. Mets take 2 of 3 from the Mariners this weekend, 6-3 the final. All right, Greg Schiano is entering his 4th season since returning to Rutgers, and in that time, he's yet to have a winning season. Given the strength of the Big Ten, this might be a big ask to have a winning season this year, but they have all the elements to do something this year, starting with possibly a special quarterback. Complementary football was a problem for the Scarlet Knights last year. Primarily their offense, which was ranked 8th worst in the nation. They brought in a new coordinator, handed the reins to former 4-star recruit Gavin Wimsatt at quarterback, and that sophomore quarterback had 2 touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 rushing. More importantly, no turnovers. And the defense kept Northwestern's quarterback off balance. They limited the Wildcats to just 200 total yards of offense as Rutgers passes its first step of the season. They defeat a Big Ten opponent in commanding fashion, 24-7 the final. All right, the idea of the Cricket World Cup coming to New York has piqued the interest of locals. And while it could give an economic boom to the Bronx, some are drawing attention to what they'll lose. We'll discuss that a little bit later on in the show.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
a lot of people would like to see that come here.
I think there are a lot of people, and there are some people who are upset about, you know, what they could be giving up if it does come here.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
We'll get into that in a little bit.
Talk about it more later.
Okay.
Thank you, Steve. Still ahead, big crowds coming out to enjoy the long holiday weekend. We'll show you how people are enjoying summer's last hurrah. And the cost of school supplies reaches a record high. How one local organization is working to ensure that money doesn't keep students from having everything they need to succeed in class.
The last of summer will draw you in at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's like a magnet, but for people.
Lease the new all-electric 2023 BZ4X for just $349 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Optimum Fiber Internet now has a faster starting speed with a new low price. Get 500 meg fiber internet for as low as $40 a month. How fast is that? Fast enough to stream on multiple devices. Plus, equipment is included. Get 500 meg fiber internet now for only $40 a month with Optimum Mobile for as low as $15 a month. Or go even faster with speeds up to 8 gig. Call 888-4OPTIMUM, go to Optimum.com, or visit a store today. Get closer, go farther with Optimum.
California, yeah. Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. Say what you say, but give me that bomb beat from Dre. Let me serenade the streets of LA. From Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area and back down. Cali is where they put they Mac down. Give me
During the Jeep Labor Day sales event, well-qualified lessees can lease the 2024 Jeep Wrangler Willys 4xe for $369 a month. Visit Jeep.com for details.
When my grandfather was diagnosed with mesothelioma, he didn't know which law firm to hire. His doctor gave him one name, his old union buddy gave another. But my grandfather, he did his homework and found Whites in Luxembourg. It was hard to find anyone who could match their experience, so the choice was easy.
Call Whites and Luxembourg today at 855-VERDICT. That's 855-VERDICT.
If you don't need a sedan, you definitely don't need an Infiniti Q50 sports sedan. With 400 horsepower and a twin-turbo V6 engine, it's all a bit much. Or is it? Experience the Infiniti Q50 at your local Infiniti retailer.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Accept the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose quickly stops migraine in its tracks. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Your morning routine just got better. CBS Mornings, weekdays at 7.
I'll see you in the morning.
The sun is setting on Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 5th.
Right now, get 3.99% APR on a new 2023 RAV4 or Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back. Here's a look at our top stories tonight. Street closures are beginning in Brooklyn for Juve, and they already have begun, actually. The celebration starts before dawn. There will be 13 entry points into the parade, and all attendees are subject to a search. A wildfire in New Jersey has spread now to 600 acres. This is in Lacey Township, Ocean County. At least 25 structures are being threatened as crews work to get it under control. The FAA also reported a small plane crash nearby late last night. We're told one person died. The NTSB is investigating. And more chaos today at Electric Zoo on Randall's Island. Organizers announced the venue reached capacity earlier than expected. Anyone not already on Randall's Island was turned away. Witnesses who uploaded this video to social media claim people rushed the gates trying to get through. Full refunds are being offered. Well, summer isn't going out quietly with these hot temperatures over Labor Day weekend. CBS 2's Christy Kalishian shows us how people are taking full advantage of the heat before city beaches close for the season.
A sunset session of reggae on the boardwalk, just like Joanna Birch Zappo grew up listening to.
This is heritage for us.
There couldn't have been a better way for her and her family to enjoy the unofficial end of summer, with temperatures feeling like mid-July. Reggae on the boardwalk is in its 13th year, but only its 3rd in Queens.
When she was in my belly, these are the songs that I would play, so she's good. She needs this.
Carter Van Pelt organized reggae on the boardwalk as part of the annual Queens Live concert series, just ahead of the annual West Indian Day parade this coming week. This is one of the city's few all-vinyl reggae events blasting out of the speakers the music was recorded for.
You would not hear Foundation, reggae, or rocksteady at that event. I think that's a beautiful cultural event for the city, but this is an alternative.
But you could also hear a lot of that among the jams. Sunday was busy for lifeguards as swimmers still crept into the red-flagged no-swim zones.
Although our summers are short, we do need more safety.
Joel Ocasio from Jackson Heights values the city's lifeguards and hopes the lifeguard shortage, which has been felt across the nation, doesn't lead to the city investing less in them.
Other places have jet skis, they have boats, they have things that will give them and help them do their jobs better.
But Queensborough President Donovan Richards happily shares Rockaway didn't have to worry about that this year, with plans on helping the lifeguard population grow.
Well, I'm happy to say that Rockaway Beach did see an increase in lifeguards. It's been a really challenging time, as you know, with the shortage across the country. We're building a pool in Rockaway Beach eventually that will help to train young people.
City beaches will remain open past Labor Day through next Sunday, September 10th, meaning that lifeguards will be on duty daily till then from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. But after that, no swimming will be allowed. At Rockaway Beach, Christy Kalishian, CBS 2 News.
More than 300 backpacks full of supplies were given away today to local elementary school kids ahead of the upcoming school year. The giveaway at PS 118 in Hollis, Queens was organized by the nonprofit Hood Educators. It's the 7th annual drive, and organizers say it's their biggest yet.
All the founders are educators, black male educators, and we realize, we're only here because somebody put the time and service to expose us to different things that attributed to our success.
According to the National Retail Federation, spending on school supplies is expected to hit a record $41.5 billion this year. Senator Chuck Schumer says the MTA has now responded to his public letter demanding more staffing out at JFK Airport. The TSA says this Labor Day weekend it's implementing overtime and reassigning non-screening staff. Non-mandatory training has also been canceled. Schumer called for the change after he said the airport experienced unacceptable wait times over much of the summer. We have an update tonight on that unprovoked slashing in Midtown. Police have arrested and charged 52-year-old Ola Albani from Hoboken. She faces assault and weapons charges. Police say she slashed a 65-year-old woman in the face with a kitchen knife Friday evening. It happened outside a pizza shop on 8th Avenue near West 38th Street. That victim was treated for a laceration under her eye. The search is on tonight for several suspects after a man was found shot at a Brooklyn gas station. It happened just after 4 this morning at the BP on Myrtle Avenue in Bushwick. Officers found 33-year-old Javier Sanchez shot in the head. He was taken to Elmhurst Hospital where he died. Police say they are looking for more than one suspect. Several men and a woman were seen fleeing the scene. The search is also on for a group of suspects accused of robbing at least 3 Queens businesses in 10 minutes. Police say just after 10 p.m. on Friday, 3 men walked into Double J Deli on Union Turnpike in Hillcrest. Surveillance video shows 3 men jump over the counter. Police say one man placed an object to the back of a 60-year-old employee, while the other 2 stole $1,000 from the register. A 4th person served as a lookout outside. Police say the group went on to steal $800 from Express Deli and $3,000 from a Gulf gas station in Kew Gardens. New Rochelle police have fired a veteran detective. The police commissioner terminated Michael Vaccaro Friday after a lengthy disciplinary process. In early 2021, cell phone video shows Vaccaro punch and kick a man being taken into custody by uniformed officers. Vaccaro was off duty at the time. It happened after Vaccaro and the man were involved in a tense encounter at a gas station. Last year, Vaccaro was tried and acquitted on assault charges. Still ahead at 11, a New York City museum honoring firefighters who made the ultimate sacrifice. A look inside a special exhibition that pays tribute to the heroes of 9/11.
Getting the right new windows with Pella was simple. Our dedicated Pella advisor was a godsend.
We had confidence in Pella. They sold over 5 million replacement windows and doors.
So we knew our local team would be on top of every detail.
And the installation was done in just a day.
This is one hard-working town, and this is one hard-working lineup. Save on it now at the Ford Labor Day sales event featuring great offers across the lineup. From America's favorite workhorse to SUVs built with utility in mind. Ford has your 9 to 5 covered and weekends too. Come in now for Labor Day deals because you deserve a break. Right now, returning lessees can get the Ford F-150 for $289 a month. View more offers at buyfordnow.com.
You know, if you were cash back and you could earn on everything with just one card, Chase Freedom Unlimited. So if you're off the racking or crab cracking, you're cash backing. Cash back on flapjacks, baby backs, or tacos at the Taco Shack.
Nah, I'm working on my 6-pack.
Switch to a King Suite.
Or book a silent retreat.
Silent retreat? Oh, hold up. Yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm at a silent retreat. Cash back on everything you buy with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Meet Terry. He loves turf and works at a nursery. Payday comes early with Citizens, so he can enter tomorrow's contest. Gets noticed. Launches his own turf biz. Business grows. His savings grow with Citizens Plus. And Terry becomes the most celebrated name in turf.
Hey, look, it's the turf guy.
Are you ready for all that life brings?
We're inside some of the busiest communities on Earth, streaming the news that matters to you.
Here's why you should switch from Google to DuckDuckGo on all your devices. DuckDuckGo comes with a built-in search engine like Google, but it's private and doesn't spy on your searches. And DuckDuckGo lets you browse like Chrome, but it blocks cookies and creepy ads that follow you around from Google and other companies. And there's no catch. It's free. We make money from ads, but they don't follow you around. Join the millions of people taking back their privacy by downloading DuckDuckGo on all your devices today.
Introducing Catchy Comedy.
Catchy, huh?
It's America's new front row to fun.
You just keep on laughing.
Watch Catchy Comedy on Broadcast Channel 5.5, Fios 496, and on Comcast.
Getting beautiful windows with Pella is easy.
And we were confident because Pella offers the Pella Care Guarantee, which covers the product and installation. They perform over 7,000 quality checks in the typical hour.
They really take pride in what they do.
Like us.
A special exhibition at the New York City Fire Museum pays tribute to the FDNY and their sacrifices and heroism on 9/11. CBS 2's Dave Carlin reports on the unveiling of some new additions.
And we do get visitors from all over the world who come to pay their respects in this memorial room specifically. Many people come and leave memorabilia, as you can see, flowers. So this is the faces and the names and the ranks and the companies of all 343 members of FDNY who were killed on 9/11.
Jennifer Brown showing us the New York City Fire Museum on Spring Street, where she is executive director. Fire service history on display. 9/11 is what gives this place its heart.
This was recovered from the site from Ladder 4. Then also these scenes, not only from the day of, but the aftermath as well, and the tremendous recovery efforts. Father Judge was the chaplain of FDNY on 9/11, was killed responding to the attacks as chaplain. We have his turnout coat. We do like to add special exhibits during the anniversary month each year, and so this year we are opening a special temporary exhibit that actually tells the story of the 9/11 Tribute Museum and has panels from that museum, which was open in Lower Manhattan for about 16 years and closed about a year ago. We all remember this. We all remember these scenes playing out at fire stations all over the city where people were bringing flowers, they were bringing candles.
So many lessons inside here for children, and that's what gives this firehouse turned museum an enduring power.
We have an entire generation of people who weren't either alive on September 11, 2001, or were so young that they don't remember it as a first-person account. This is a big draw for the younger audiences in here. This is our first floor exhibit hall, which has a lot of the really large pumpers called Tiger Hose Company number 8, the beautiful ornate lanterns that are on it. Now we're going back to the colonial time, Great New York Fire, 1776. Jill Friedman was a very well-known street photographer, and in the 1970s she embedded herself with fire companies in the South Bronx and Harlem. This is before there were women in the department. She wanted to show not only the bravery at the scene of fires, but also the camaraderie and what happened behind the scenes. That's actually a model of Marine One responding to the plane as it's sinking in the Hudson River, and also other fire rescue boats.
Miracle on the Hudson, and other reminders that bravery goes hand in hand with this tough job, and ultimate sacrifice we must never forget. In Lower Manhattan, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
Incredible. It's so great for kids because they love firefighters, and also it's never too early to start teaching them about the history.
Yes.
Right?
And when you can see it.
I know. It makes it so much more real.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about our weather. Heat wave is approaching.
Right. How are you feeling about this?
I'm ready for fall personally, but today it was nice. I felt like the sun on my shoulders walking to work. It felt good. It felt like summer.
All right, so we're going to hold on to that feeling and make it even more summer-like over the next few days. That's what's happening across the city and tri-state area as we look live outside right now. Of course, we have a little tiny bit of cooling off to do tonight before things heat up again tomorrow for Labor Day. It is 82 degrees at this moment in time. We have west-northwest winds at 12 miles per hour. Your highs this afternoon were above the norm, quite substantially. 88 the high in the park today. Typically, we top out at 80. It was also 88 in Poughkeepsie. We topped out at 90 for Somerville and Belmar, 92 in Newark. Cooler out east, 81 in the Hamptons. Moving forward in the forecast, we do expect highs for the next 3 days to top out at and above the 90-degree mark. If this holds true, it will be the first heat wave of 2023. In addition to the high heat here, we anticipate increasing humidity. Felt a little sticky today, but even more sticky over the next few. And then we will, hopefully by the weekend, start to reel the humidity back in. Precip chances, we stayed dry today. Tomorrow, just a 10% chance of a stray shower. Really going to enjoy a summer-like wrap to, yes, the summer season. School starts next week. And as we enter into that first day of school in the city for portions of Jersey on Thursday, well, that's when we start to ramp up our opportunity for showers and storms. It's a 20% chance late Thursday. Friday into Saturday, it remains unsettled. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, 74 degrees. Skies will be bright. We will have passing clouds expected to feel sticky. Winds will be out of the west at 5 to 10. By tomorrow afternoon, it's 92 degrees, but it feels like 95 to 98. We do have heat advisories in effect for northeastern New Jersey tomorrow from 11 until 8 p.m. and same story on Tuesday. What it feels like tomorrow for many, especially for inland New Jersey, is that mid to upper 90. For the city, feels like 94. Your heat index in Woodbury, 92 tomorrow. 87 that feels like in Monticello, and 89 in Islip. A check on the tropics now. First on Idalia. Now, this storm system is no longer considered tropical, but is still churning up the seas and could actually toss some clouds our way on Tuesday if it starts to push back to the west. So that's Idalia. As we widen the view, it is still very active. Gert and Katia remain out in the open waters, and that will remain the case. So no direct threat there to land. But of course, we have more systems that have been being watched by the National Hurricane System, one that will likely become our next tropical system, and then another one with about a 30% chance. But certainly items to watch out in the Atlantic. Fall countdown, 20 days away. Just some fun facts for you. And of course, sunset this evening, it's set at 7:25. 8 weeks, it will be at 5:56. All right, we're getting into those fall-like feels, but not in the next few days. That's in the extended forecast. Possible heat wave through Wednesday, Thursday, it's 89 degrees with that straight late chance. Friday into Saturday, more unsettled as temperatures come down. And then as we wrap the weekend, decreased humidity, more seasonable temperatures in the low 80s. Jessica, back to you.
Sounds great. Thanks, Vanessa. Coming up, controversy over a proposed stadium in the Bronx, and Coco Gauff advances as the Americans continue their strong showing at the U.S. Open. Steve Overmeyer returns with sports after.
Every year, summer poses the same question. How do you make the most of every moment before it passes you by? The simple answer, don't wait. Get behind the wheel of the BMW you've always wanted and tell summer it's on. Don't miss out. The BMW Summer On Sales event is on now. Pre-in for credit of up to $2,000 on select models now through September 4th.
Play Dancing Drums Prosperity for free spins, growing reels, and other great bonus features. Find over 100,000 ways to win at GoldenNuggetCasino.com. Sign up now and we'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 in casino bonus funds, plus 200 free spins.
I've tried them all, the big ones, the small ones, but then I discovered Burlington, and I cannot get enough of it. Wow, this price is amazing. They have this brand. I told you so. You'll love the deals. You'll love Burlington. I told you so.
When you drive America's best light-duty pickup, summer is yours for the taking. To take bigger toys, to take fun to the limits, and take in every day surrounded by comfort. Make this the summer you take on everything. Make this the summer you drive a Ram.
During the Ram Labor Day sales event, get $4,000 retail consumer cash allowance or 2.9% financing for 72 months on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
You might have heard of Antigua, but let me tell you, Barbuda, it's where it's at.
Barbuda? Really? We got Nelson's Dockyard, English Harbor, and we got the party. Yeah!
Exactly, man. You come to Barbuda, you get whole beaches to yourself, and not just beaches, pink sand beaches.
Pink sand? I'll take swimming with stingrays.
Antigua! Gotta be Barbuda.
Antigua!
Barbuda!
Why choose when you can have both?
The Labor Day appliance sale at PC Richard & Son. All the brands you love, all the brands you want, up to 35% off. Plus, get up to $1,000 in additional savings when you buy an appliance package. It's the appliance sale you've been waiting for at PC Richard & Son.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy.
you can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or current Chevy owners get $9,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your local Chevy dealer.
You guys have a lie detector?
We're the lie detector.
Hot bench.
This is CBS Sports New York, presented by Ford.
You know, 4 American men made it to the U.S. Open quarterfinals, and 3 are now on to, or I should say 3 are now on to the quarters. Taylor Fritz, Francis Tiafoe, and 20-year-old rising star Ben Shelton. Tiafoe and Shelton now go head-to-head on Tuesday. Coco Gauff is also into the quarters. However, she was forced into a deciding third set against Caroline Wozniacki, even telling her coaches, please stop talking, because it was distracting her. Since Wimbledon, she'll play the winner of top-seeded Iga Swiatek and Jelena Ostapenko. Liberty, 2 games back for the top seed of the WNBA playoffs. Chicago Sky up 1 early in the 4th before New York goes on a 22-0 run. Breanna Stewart started it off, finishing with game-high 26 and 14 boards, and Courtney Vandersloot with her own double-double. She caps the run as the Liberty win by 17, now trailing the Aces by a game and a half with just 3 games to play. New York City has given the green light for the construction of a temporary stadium in Van Cortlandt Park in the Bronx. It's for the upcoming Cricket World Cup, but it's also sparked opposition from locals.
No cricket, no cricket.
Concerned Bronx residents are speaking out.
It's a great sport, but for cricket, I think they're occupying too much space.
Plans call for a 34,000-seat temporary stadium. It would make New York the host of the 2024 Cricket World Cup and at the home of the largest cricket league in New York, Van Cortlandt Park. While the stadium will only be up until June, it will eliminate the use of 20 acres of park for months.
We are here to make it crystal clear that there is broad and deep community opposition.
Bronx Representative Richie Torres is not only concerned with the legal hurdles that need to be overcome in a short time frame, but with a decision that's hasty.
We in the community feel blindsided and even betrayed by the sheer suddenness of the city's decision without the barest attempt at community engagement. The city cannot do whatever it wishes with parkland. The city must follow the law. It must follow the process that the law prescribes.
A spokesperson for the mayor's office pushed back on the opposition, saying, in part, holding this tournament in New York City also has the potential to generate $150 million in potential economic activity and create thousands of new jobs.
Like I said, mixed feelings. It may be good for the community, 34,000 people. The economy is kind of suffering now, but it may be good for the small businesses.
They're estimating it would stimulate the local economy to the tune of $150 million.
So then that's a no-brainer. I'll find somewhere else to work out.
The International Cricket Council says they will actually foot the $20 million construction bill, so there's no need for taxpayer money, just patience. They also say that they will refurbish the cricket fields after they leave, so it will basically be leaving it better than they found it, more or less.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve. Finally tonight, a chicken wing king has been crowned. The National Buffalo Wing Festival held near Buffalo this weekend. The winner, James Webb. 276 wings in 12 minutes. Joey Chestnut finished second. Thanks so much for having us in this weekend. Have a wonderful holiday. Good night.
Getting the right new windows with Pella was simple.
Yeah, when renovating a drafty old house, it can be hard to find great people.
Our dedicated Pella advisor was a godsend.
We had confidence in Pella. They sold over 5 million replacement windows and doors.
So we knew our local team would be on top of every detail.
And the installation was done in just a day.
Mom, the kitchen sink's broken again.
I wish Pella did plumbing.
Hurry, replacement windows are on sale now. Schedule a free in-home consultation for details.
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yeah, it's got 3 rows.
So you.
Where do I plug in?
It's wireless.
That's so you. What do I do with these?
Careful, it's kind of busy.
Oh, I got this with my superpowers.
And a little help from your Buick.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you.
Current eligible Buick lessees get this low-mileage lease on this 2023 Encore GX Preferred all-wheel drive for around $199 per month.
I sincerely believe that First Alert Weather is a better way to communicate the weather. Time is precious. I know everybody's so busy. Once you have that alert, we expand on that, why we're concerned about it. Remember, First Alert Weather goes through the prism of your life. Getting around, getting to school, got a flight, have plans. First Alert Weather will say, hey, maybe move them up or delay them or you're good to go. It's about helping people.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people like Sam who make
everyday products designed smarter.
Like a smart coffee grinder
that orders fresh beans for you.
Oh, genius. For more breakthroughs like that,
I need a breakthrough card.
Like ours, with 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more.
Plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases.
And with greater spending potential, Sam can keep making smart ideas
a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Uniquely New York with Rachel Holt, Saturday morning on CBS New York.
The following is a paid program from Joel Osteen Ministries.
There's a new victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. And checking your credit score or bank statements may not be enough to alert you. That's because identity threats appear in more places than you realize. Identity thieves can use your information to open loans, transfer home titles, even commit crimes.
Someone stole my information and tried to buy a car in my name.
LifeLock monitors for threats to your identity, including ones you may miss, and alerts you if there's an issue. And if you're a victim, your dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it.
If something happens, you have somebody fighting for you.
All plans backed by LifeLock's $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds.
I know LifeLock has me covered.
LifeLock, identity theft protection starts here. Call the number on your screen or visit lifelock.com/25now and use promo code 25now to save 25% on your first year of identity theft protection. Enroll now.
Well, God bless you. It's a joy to come into your homes. And if you're ever in our